Hello, happy Friday, everyone. TGIF in the house. What? I'm so excited because last week I went live and it was the first Friday of the month, right? And I said, okay, I was talking to it. I said, okay, every first Friday of the month, we're going to go live with an Ageless Glamour Girls Night Out. Woo! Okay, and that was last Friday. So this is not the first Friday of the month. This is the second Friday of the, and here I am. But I'm so happy to be here because you know how much I love Ageless ChatFest, and you know how much I love bringing phenomenal Ageless Glamour Girls. They're all phenomenal. Um, to your door, to your view, to your life. And I am Marquita Curtis Haynes. I'm the CEO and the founder of the lifestyle brand, Ageless Glamour Girls. Our tagline is bold, beautiful, brilliant, and we celebrate, embrace, empower, and entertain all the things women age 50 plus on what we call this ageless aging journey. I am so glad that you're here. We have a podcast, which is right here. We have a book, more on that later, Ageless Glamour Girls, Reflections on Aging. We have a private Facebook group, the Ageless Cafe. Of course, we have our YouTube channel, and we're on TikTok, we're in other places. And I'm just happy and pleased as punch that we have this community because, you know, life can get tricky. As we know, life can get crazy. I hate using that word, but I just used it. But yeah, but you know, everything is going on, and as you get older, stuff starts getting kind of tricky. So it's good that we have a place to come and just let our hair down, relax, and just do our thing and meet other wonderful women. With that said, I have three wonderful women on the show. Woo, there they are right there. And just so you know, we may bring in a couple of more during the course of the show. And they sent me some brief bios. And let me tell you, I'm so impressed. These women are just phenomenal. And I just personally know one on here. And we'll go ahead and start with Jeannie since I just mentioned her. Jean Kelly. She was my boss. And I was just telling the ladies earlier, isn't that very cool? When you're still friends with your boss, a former boss. It's like, so Jeannie, tell us who you are, Jeannie, and welcome to the show. Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you for having me, Marquita. You know how much I adore you. And I was there when this brainchild of yours started, right? It started out as a little kernel, and you massaged it and watered it and just brought it to fruition. So I'm so proud of you for that, because it was a little seedling way back when, and now you're in your full glory. So
that's right. You were there from the beginning, opening up your home and a couple of your friends' homes. It's like we're recording this, and
yes,
one of these days we're gonna be big. One of these.
Yes. But Marquita and I both have a background in television, and we worked together on a couple of shows that aired on Lifetime. Mm-hmm. And that's how I met the beautiful Marquita, and I had the pleasure of working with her. We both also have news backgrounds. So, parallel pathing, she and I worked for NBC, she worked for CBS. So we have that news background, that journalistic background in our blood. But we were also producers, so not always so comfortable in front of the camera, a little bit more behind the scenes. But and we were able to bring people really good stories, whether it was health or finance, just everyday living. So I was really grateful to have met Marquita when I started my career at the company we both were with. And I'm proud to say we're still friends, even though I don't get to work with her every day. And that's a little bit about me at television stuff.
That's television stuff. Thank you, Jeannie, for being here. And let's see, I guess Carol. Carol, you're on that beautiful pink.
Hi, thank you for having me. I am so excited to be here. I have an unusual background. I worked for a healthcare company for about 40 some years, and it was a pretty intense career. And once I left, I left. I mean, it was like all behind me. So I was so excited, and I decided I was going to teach Zumba. And I did that for a number of years, and that was a lot of fun. And now I'm just enjoying life. I mean, it's amazing. So I am thankful for being here and so excited for the conversation.
Yes, yes. Thank you for being here, Carol. I have to tell you guys, Carol and I, um, her handle on Instagram is fabulous, fabulous,
Flipping fabulously.
flipping fabulously, flipping fabulous. So yes, I slid into her DM about a year ago, I think, and so that's how she and I have never met, but back in the day, right, Carol, there weren't that many ages, uh, accounts for celebrating older women, but
Right.
now there are a gazillion of them. But we're still here, and
This is
we're still
here.
here. I love it. I love it. And thank you so much, Carol. I appreciate you so much. Okay, and we have Antoinette, whom I met for the first time today. We have a mutual
Yes.
friend,
Yes.
Charles, who edits the show and who's producing this little thing. Because I'm like, I need help. I need help. So Antoinette.
Well, hey, it's a pleasure to be here. And Charles and I go way back. We high school and college. So
Wow.
we have reconnected in the last, 6 months, and we've been doing it. We've been doing it up. So I am from Dallas, Texas, the home of the mighty Dallas Cowboys.
Mm-hmm,
I
mm-hmm,
have one son, and I am an accountant slash project manager by nature. But 3 years ago, I left corporate America. I
mm-hmm,
work from my home. I work with selected clients,
mm-hmm,
and I love it. I'm really living my life now. Not the
mm-hmm,
stress of corporate America, and
mm-hmm,
I love the Lord.
mm-hmm,
So I
mm-hmm,
am on a mission for the Lord. I am now, telling my story and helping people, inspiring people. Um, I'm transparent now. I want people to know. Um, I have a podcast that I did with someone, and I shared my life up to this point, and
mm-hmm,
I get calls and they say, "Oh, I can't believe it. What? You didn't know?" But my message is God's message.
mm.
If you
Okay.
have faith and you believe,
Mm-hmm,
we know faith without work is what? Dead.
mm-hmm,
So you
mm-hmm,
have to put in the work. And I have
mm-hmm.
put in the work, and now I'm reaping the benefits of my labor. So I'm
Oh, I love
excited.
that.
I'm known on Facebook as the woman in the mirror.
Oh, I love that.
You'll
But
hear a lot from me
mhm.
coming up months and years. Like I say, I'm enjoying life, but
Girl,
I put God in the forefront, and
mhm.
He's driving this bus.
I love it. I love it. Living your best ageless life, as we say, your best
Yes, yes,
ageless.
feel good, feel good,
Yeah.
feel good.
And as we know, this ageless life, we're all, we try to do our things and everything, but sometimes, the clouds come along,
Oh
and
yeah,
that's part of life. That's part of
yeah,
life.
49.
But
Yes,
let me
yes.
ask you guys a question. What has been your biggest, say, aha moment along your ageless aging journey? Was it when you were 60, whatever? And you're like, oh, oh. Let's see. Carol, you want to take that?
Oh, okay. Yes, I'm not good with that though.
I love it. I love it.
His aha moment is, I guess it's now, to tell you the truth.
Hmm.
I would back up maybe about 12 years ago. I was married for a very long time and my husband passed away, right?
Oh,
But let me
sorry.
tell you about this guy. This guy said, hey, let's move to North Carolina.
Uh-huh.
Let's just go to warmer weather. Let's just do our things. Let's just have the second life, right? and and so I did all of that. I moved away from my family, uh, and the long story short, and he passed away less than
Mm,
2 years after I got here.
Oh.
mm.
Our moment was, I'm here by myself.
Oh,
It depended on me and my capabilities, learning a new life, learning a new me, um, getting rid of that partner, standing on my own 2 feet.
Wow.
And that is my aha moment, is that now you are faced with you. What are you going to do about it?
Mm.
mm,
Are you going to just sit back and say, oh, for me, I can't do this by myself? Or are you going to pull on your big girl's panties? And are you going to go out there and are you going to face what's in front of you and create a new you.
Girl.
That has been my biggest challenge is looking at myself as the woman in the mirror and say to myself, either you're going to lay down and wallow in it and feel sorry for yourself, or you're going to go out there and create a life and embrace what's in front of you. And I decided to embrace what was in front of me. And I haven't turned around yet. It's been amazing. And I cannot really tell you that each day I wake up, I see a new me. I find
Mm.
out things about myself I never realized. And I'm so
Wow.
surprised when I do something that's shocking to me. and I just go for it.
I
Yeah.
love it. Girl,
Yeah.
you gave me chill.
Oh,
I'm not kidding
oh
you. I'm
God.
not kidding you. You are freaking amazing. It's like, I
Yes.
love it. You reinvent yourself. You just go for it. No pity party here. It's that those survivor instincts. They just
Yes.
kick in. And that comes with age. And speaking of age, we're going to get to that in a minute. Oh my God. Okay. Let's see. Jeannie, that was beautiful, Carol. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
Love
thank you.
That was amazing. That was amazing. Miss Jeannie?
Yeah, well, so this year's going to be a milestone for me,
Mhm.
and I'm going to be 60,
Mhm.
and for me, I recently got remarried,
Mhm.
and so that was my first love coming back from a very long way away, and
Right.
and to be able to be reunited and find that partner again who I thought I had lost.
Mhm.
And I will say, in these times, and I still work for a corporation. I'm not on my own yet, but I think the winds of change are coming in that. So I'm
Mhm.
not sure that the aha is completely matriculated.
Right,
I
right.
think it's in transition. I'm really grateful that I found this partner again, and I'm trying to find joy in that. And if I could give a plug, the show I work for is called The Balancing Act, and it
Mhm.
literally is a balance. It is finding that
Mhm.
work-life balance to
Mhm.
not, give
Mhm.
in to the man, and
Mhm.
to try to really balance out where I find my joy and
Mhm.
honor, my partner and what that looks like. And he's a bit of a fish out of water,
Mhm.
so he's not from this country. So that's a tricky situation where he came from a very rich, full life, and now his lifelines are me, and so
Right. He's in Jeannie's world now.
he's in my world.
Uh-huh.
It's not a bad place to be. It's
No, it's
just
not.
different. So I don't think the definitive aha has happened. I think I'm a work in progress. I think
Mhm.
I'm coming into it and I'm embracing it. Um, I'm looking forward to my 60th. I'm the youngest of a big family. So in my brain, I'm always going to be the baby, even though
Mhm.
this baby's heading into 60.
Mhm.
So yeah, it's transitional.
I love it. And
Right.
I've met your husband. I was at their wedding, a beautiful seaside wedding on the beach.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it was so sweet. And I just love her husband. Just love her husband. So yeah, Jeannie. And so yeah, that big circle that you'll be that milestone 60. That's sweet, sweet 60.
Yeah.
Yes, you're coming into it, baby. You're coming into it. Thank you
Yeah.
so much. Now, so we talked to everybody about that, didn't we? The aha moment. Um, Thank you guys for sharing that. Now, before we go any further, I have to. What'd you say? Oh, you, Antoinette?
You forgot me, dear.
Oh, I'm sorry. You know what? Because I'm thinking of that conversation we had a few minutes ago. Thank you, Antoinette.
I think
Yeah.
we should go alphabetical order, don't you?
No.
No,
So,
no, really. My aha moment happened less than 3 weeks ago. I was
yeah.
supposedly diagnosed with breast cancer,
Mhm.
and I had to tell a story because it's just a testimony. I'm gonna make it short. They found something last year, but I refused to go back because I said they just want my insurance money, right?
Mhm. Right.
Well, I changed my doctors, and so she said, Antoinette, if I was you, I would go to give you peace of mind. So I said, okay. I, mustered up the whatever, we're gonna deal with this thing, right?
Mhm.
So I go, and they were to do the second part, which to kind of get a more defined look and so forth. So she did the exam, and she says, "Don't put on your gown. I'll be right back. I'm going to see the radiologist. So I'm
Mhm.
sitting there and I'm going,
Mhm.
well, are y'all going to talk about me? Don't you think you should take me with you? So I sit there. 15 minutes seemed like an hour and 15 minutes. I hadn't eaten because I had other tests that morning. So I just began to pray. I say, that song, Lord, don't move my mountain, but give me the strength to climb.
Mhm.
And she come back in the room and she says, I got good news. And I'm thinking, is that story where I got good and bad? Which one you want first? She kept her hand up like this and she says, whatever they saw is completely gone.
Hmm.
My mind just, and all I remember, ladies, y'all know they do that gown to the front.
Mhm.
Mine went, ah! So
Wow. I
I tell
know
you,
it was in
I
slow
tell
mo
you what,
when
I tell you
the
what,
things
they
that
put
were
the
coming
boots
out of
all
her
day
mouth.
long. There was nothing
Mhm.
new. But
Oh my
anyway, I'm
God.
still on high from that
I know it, girl.
because, we prepared for things we say.
Mhm.
It's
Mhm.
like somebody gonna die, but when they really die, you like, oh, they're gone.
Right.
Well, it was like I'm sitting there and I was just saying, she come in here and they say, what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna take it and do what I need to do, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
But it might end up being a testimony because I have no idea what's not there now that was there before. Well, we're
Wow.
gonna give God our praises right now.
That's right. That's
So
right.
I tell people if I had my camera, because I'll videotape anything, but I
Mhm.
said if I did it, if it gown flew open, so be it.
Right.
So be it.
Right.
But
Right.
that was my highest moment. I'm still high on that right now.
Oh, I'm so. Oh, that's great news, girl.
Yes,
That's
yes,
it's all of our fears,
yes,
and
yes.
it really is. And I'm so glad. As my late mother-in-law used to say, the first time she said it after I had undergone some surgery, and she and I were on the phone. She's like, Marquita, I'm so glad you're coming back this way. Now, mind you, she was in St. Louis. I was in New York. And I said, Mama Haynes, I'm not coming to St. Louis anytime soon. And she's like,
Uh,
no, coming back this way means you're feeling better.
oh my God. Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, okay. So that's what I'm so glad that you're coming
Thank
back this
you.
way.
Thank you.
Oh,
Thank you.
yes, yes. Thanks for sharing that. Thank you so much.
Yes, yes.
And yeah, because you don't know, you hear about other women going through stuff, other people, and you just, if you're me, it's like, oh gosh, I wonder how I would react. And you just
Exactly.
never know until
Exactly.
you are confronted with something that
Yeah,
something's right in your
exactly.
life.
Exactly.
Yeah. We were talking before the camera started rolling about our ages and some women just shouted from the mountaintops and others like go Google it if you want to know my age. But we have to talk about the age. Now, Jeannie just told us that she will be 60 in December. If I'm right? December.
November, but it's close.
November. Oh, November. And I should know that. Know that, Jeannie. Okay, now I owe you extra pink cupcakes. I call Jeannie Pinky because she loves pink, the color pink. And Carol, did you say your age? I see it in your bio, right? No, not Carol. Yeah, no, Antoinette.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm sorry. Let's go to Antoinette first because Carol is a prize. We're going to save her for last. So we're going to go to Antoinette. You're 63 and a half,
I'll be
right?
64 January the 27th. And
Wow.
that is one birthday I'm going to be happy to celebrate.
Mhm.
Oh gosh, I
Yeah.
love it. I love it. The 60s, the sweet 60s. I know when you're young, you see people in their 60s and 70s, you're like, those are old people. They're old people.
Yeah.
But but it's like then when you get that age, it's like, oh, I'm old people.
Yep.
Okay. We are gonna get to Carol now. Carol. We were shocked earlier. We were just shocked that we were talking about
Very
this.
shocked.
And she kind of slipped it out. And I'm like, oh my God. OMG. So, Carol, you want to tell us about your good fortune?
You know what? My handle on IG Instagram is
Uh-huh.
Living Fabulously.
Mhm.
And the reason why I kind of did that was because I look at age as I've been blessed, and I can tell you, I'm 81 years old, and being 81 years old, I want people to know that aging is not what you see on television. Aging is not those commercials that they show people in rocking chairs. Aging is not what society want us to believe. Aging is it is surprising, it's freeing, it is absolutely great because you learn so much about yourself at this point. You know your boundaries, you know your values, you know things that you're
Mhm.
going to take, you're not going to take. You understand the blessings that you have received over
Mm.
the years, and you can do all kinds of things. I just got back from Paris, and I had a wonderful time. Guess what? I didn't worry about children, the house, none of those things that we are settled with
Mm-hmm.
as we at a younger age. So,
Mm.
um, and I have to tell you this story, and this is real funny because it's about aging, right? So I went out there on the thread, which is a part of Instagram, right? And I made a short video. It wasn't no more than 10 seconds.
I love it. Next thing, are you on TikTok too? I'm sorry, I interrupted. I interrupted your flow. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go
The
ahead.
video say, I am going on a date and I am 80 years old and it is fantastic. Can you believe that somebody wants to date me at 80? I,
I love it.
I got 5Ks on that 10-second
Oh
videos because people do not believe that you're 80 and you're going on a date. They thought it was the most amazing thing that they have ever heard of. And it
my
was hysterical to me.
wow. Now
Wow.
see, that is amazing. I'm looking when you revealed your age, I see Phyllis in the chat said, praise God. It's like, praise God. Girl,
Wow.
Yes. And
date a hot date. You need to be on that show, that ABC, that show about the dating with
girl,
the golden
the
hour.
golden bachelorette. Let me tell you how prejudiced. I shouldn't say that. I have to be real careful with that.
Uh-oh. You see that? Several people are
Hey, let me
see
see.
y'all.
You'd be surprised how many applications stop at 70. So I went out there to try to get on the show, right?
Mm-hmm.
It stopped at 75 years old. I was too old to take the application. So look, that's how much fun it is being.
Oh my gosh.
Just
So you know what? I was talking to someone earlier. I'm like, my one of the shows in the future is going to be about the dating thing because there's a lot happening out there about the dating thing. See, Charles, had I known about that part, I would have brought her for the dating show too. I'm gonna have to bring you back because oh my goodness,
I can
oh
tell
my
you
goodness.
dating, right?
Right. Because there's so much. There's so much being discussed
Women,
right now about dating
it
and
is.
and then one day you see that marriage is down, and the next day you see that it is up. Next one day you see that gray divorce is up, then the next day you see that it's down. You just got to do you. You just have to do you.
And it's
And
so
oh,
different.
Charles. Oh,
Oh, he had to come look.
wait, Charles. I thought Charles. I thought you were going to contribute to the show.
Dating is a lot of fun, and we can talk about that whenever you want to.
Oh, girl. Yes. We have to.
I
Yes,
saw
we
right
have
say
to talk about
beauty
that.
is ageless. That is so true.
Yeah.
Right. It is. It is. Thank you so much. And speaking of being ageless, when you talked about your trip, Carol, I remember hearing something about 2 or 3 years ago, how, a lot of people will go travel. They wait till they're going to retire. When I retire, I'm going to travel the world. I'm going to go on a cruise around the world and everything. But then you started thinking, it's like, suppose, my hips or my knees or whatever is not working properly. How am I going to get up and down the boats and all of that stuff, right? And so that's why it's like, okay, maybe you should travel when you're younger. But I admire that you're doing all of that at a later age, right? And so I'm just curious as to what you ladies do, because you see all the studies. You have to move. You have to move your body. And strength training is the key. Cardio is great too, but strength training, because the muscles is no joke. We the flexibility, the mobility. When you think about it, we're squatters. We have to squat for the rest of our lives as women. And so it's important to do all of that stuff. So how do you ladies? What are your thoughts on what is it called? Syriaca. I see Syriaca's there, and Syriaca is one of the co-authors in our book, Ageless Glamour Girl. She's in the chat there. She wrote the Beauty is Ageless. And when she submitted her chapter, that was the first time I heard that phrase, not about ageless aging, living, but healthy thriving or something like that. Lifespan. Yes, a healthy lifespan. So what are you ladies doing to increase your lifespan? Jeannie?
Okay, well, Carol shared pre-broadcast that she taught Zumba for a while, and Carol, I will tell you that I'm a jazzerciser, and I have been jazzercising for many, many years. So, Jazzy Jeannie,
Yes.
And that girl can move. I've seen her in action.
So I did ballet when I was very young. And so anything that's music based, I love. So throughout my whole life, I've done something that had music to it. You know, back in the day, it was step aerobics and all that, but I do jazzercise. I will confess, a few weeks ago, I did 2 Zumba classes, and now my L5 has flared, y'all. So I've been on the exercise ball. I've been doing my stretches. So my hips apparently do lie. Because they're killing me. So I'm not going to be Zumbaing too much. I'm going to stick with my low impact jazzy, but for sure I do weights. I do my low impact jazzy because of my back is bothering me a little bit, but and that has a little bit of strength. It has strength training in it. So it has weights in it. It has the resistance band. It really is. It has been my love for a really long time.
Yes.
It's been around a long time. And yes, Marquita would see that I would run into the audio booth or the restroom when we were at the studio, put on my jazzy clothes, of which I have on right now still, and run out the door to get to class. These days I do it online, but I have my mat. I have my little exercise setup or my roller, my weights, my different types of weights. Mm-hmm. So that's where I find my joy. I anything that has music, I will enjoy it and try. And, you know, if you looked at my name and read it, it would be Jean Kelly. And I have been known to also sing and dance in the rain, although I can't really carry a tune, but I will try to sing. So for me, that's what I do. And I'm still doing it, even though, you know, I can't jump around like I think. Although in that Zumba class, Carol, I thought I could. And my hips went to the left, I was like, this is, maybe I'm a little, I need to tone it down. So that's what I do.
Oh, I love that. Okay. Yes, I can attest to her Zumba skills.
Yes. But I walk on the beach. I live by the beach. So I do walking as well, just being outside in nature and anything like that. Riding my little bicycle, all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm. It's crucial. Antoinette?
Sure. Well, Jeannie, mine is not as professional as yours. I do my own thing. I put on my music at 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. Mm-hmm. And I move. You may see me moonwalking. It doesn't matter. I do it all. I put on rap. So I just move. My doctor said, just move. So I created my own routine. I have on this jacket, but I have Michelle Obama arms.
Oh,
yes.
Let me pull my sleeves down because my arms are.
Yes.
But I started by my wife.
I have a great routine to that. I have a great routine to that.
I do my own thing. I crack myself up because I don't know what I'm doing. You know, sometimes I have to grab that knee. But moonwalking, I can do it.
Wow. Yeah. I would be on the floor and after the second step, maybe the first. I'm just keeping it.
You just gotta move. It's no
girl. I'm gonna have to share my story one of these days. Oh my God. Okay, Carol. We already know
this. Okay, so I was teaching Zumba up to the age of 75, and so
are you really?
Yes, I went to teach Zumba all through before COVID, and
wow.
And online after that. And what I discovered was my recovery time wasn't as great as I would want to. It would take me the rest of the afternoon to recover. But basically, my everyday routine is I do a lot of stretching. And I have, I'm lucky and fortunate enough to have a trainer. And trainer actually come to my house, and what we do is weight training, we do stretching, and we do flexing. Uh,
How many times a week?
Twice a week,
Twice. Okay.
and I go to a stretch class on Mondays and Wednesdays, and Tuesday and Thursday I have the trainer, and on Thursday I go line dancing.
Wow, that yeah.
Carol.
And
Carol.
I'm
What an
telling you,
inspiration.
yes, and that's the key. And in the meantime, your question is what we do for that is that it doesn't take you to go to gym, but
Right.
social activities, social life is a part of what else keeps you young. You
That
get
that
out
we're coming to that. Yes.
and
Yeah.
you have to mingle with people. And my kids might not like this, but I also like to go to bars and sit out and have a good time and meet people there because actually most of the people there are very happy. They're out
Wow.
there for a good time. They're out there to have fun. There is trivia out there. There's bingo out there. There is a lot of things that you can do, and it's mental exercise. You got to keep
Yes.
that in mind too. Physical keeps you in shape. It allows you to get out of the bed and complete your everyday activity, but you got to keep that mental part of it. So staying happy and being mentally strong,
Mhm.
socializing,
Mhm.
intermingling with other
Mhm,
individuals is
mhm,
just as important
mhm.
as
Yes,
mentally.
That is so true.
I
And
agree.
a study came out recently about the thing that we should all be doing here again to help stave off dementia and keep that mental those mental genes going is volunteering. And
Uh,
you know, and you
yeah,
yeah,
I
yeah.
do that. I do that too. You're right. You're right.
Mhm, mhm, mhm. And there's so much out there too about everybody's living longer, right? Everybody's living longer. And oh, sorry. Everybody's living longer. And so you see, I don't know if you guys are part of this whole movement about, people just taking all of these supplements, they're doing this and doing that to extend their lives. And see, on my level, I'm just trying to do basic stuff, weight training and trying to cut back. And one of these days, I'm going to get on some GLP-1s. I'm just saying. But Antoinette, I thought about you with doing your own thing because I have the Ageless Cafe. It's a private group on Facebook for it's the Ageless Glamour Girls group, and I'm forever posting different videos in there from different women and sometimes men, doing different things. Oh, do this for your hands and do this for your legs, and so that's what I do on a regular basis. It's like,
Yeah.
what flavor am I gonna have today? I'm like, oh, I think I'll do this lady's thing today,
Yeah.
and but my husband's like, okay, you have to be consistent. Pick something and we'll do it together. But yeah, it's tricky for me. I've been fat all my life, and well, actually, when I turned 12 or 13, I was really skinny up until then. But yeah, but I do a lot, and here again, it's crucial. Just keep on moving
Keep
and getting back
moving.
to what Carol just mentioned. Oh my God, find your community.
Mhm.
You have to. Oh, it's so sad. I read a story recently about a high percentage of people who live alone, especially women. They might not see anybody for 2 months and they're in that house by themselves. They have no family. And, I would love to reach out to those women. And but yeah, you have to find your community, be it at a church, be it at a Zumba class, um, be it at another kind of class, whatever you do. Carol, of course, Carol goes to bars. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Social clubs. How is that? Is that a better word?
By the way, Carol, you're in North Carolina, you say, Carol? You're in North
Yes.
Carolina? I'm coming to visit you. I'll be there the month of October.
Yeah.
I'm
Please
coming
come.
to visit
Oh,
you.
I love that. A
Yeah.
connection right here.
I'm serious. I'm serious.
And I won't take you to a bar. I'll take you to a social club.
We can go there. We can go there. We're gonna bring Jesus. We're gonna bring Jesus. We can go.
It's like, don't count us out. We are here.
Girl, I'm
We
here.
are here.
Oh,
Oh,
you're very fun. I would love you.
aw.
Yeah.
And on a more serious note, kind of thing, life's challenges, ageism is just in our face. Yeah, on a regular basis, on so many levels. How do you fight through that, or And or what keeps you up at night? Is that one of the things that keeps you up at night? Is your finances? Is it fighting ageism? Is it your health? What's going on? Anything? And besides your partner, just saying. But I read something where it says fewer people are having, so that's another story for another day. But anybody what keeps you up at night? Wake up in the middle of the night. By the way, there's something in the Ageless Cafe that I just posted a couple of days ago that women swear by. Some women are swearing by. It's a little hack for when you wake up in the middle of the night, it'll help you go back to sleep. So if you're not a member of the Ageless Cafe, this blatant plug. If you're not a member of the Ageless Cafe, get in there and see what I'm talking about. But anyway, I'm sorry. Antoinette, anybody? Nobody was.
I would say that I'm being funny now, but you said what keep you up at night? Drinking something after 8. You go in the restroom 3 or 4 times.
Girl, get that.
That's the truth about aging. But I'm an early. I go to bed early, but I'm an early riser. I'm up about 4, 5 o'clock. By 9 o'clock, I've done more than most people have done all day. Is that the Army saying? I get them mixed up because somebody corrected me. I said the Navy said that. It's no, it's the Army. But I'm very alert. And I've been that way all my life, But about 2 o'clock, I'm gonna crash because I've been up and moving around or whatever. But as I've gotten older, not much keep me up because I don't worry about too much of anything. If I've given it to the Lord, I'm going to bed.
There you go.
My friend used to say, God say, "There's no sense of all of us being up. I'm up. You go to bed." So I took that advice and I said, "God got it. I'm going to bed." So not much. Like I say, just drinking that drink after 8 o'clock. I can't hold it. I gotta get up.
Okay. Anybody else?
Hot flashes.
Hot flashes.
Oh, bless your heart. Bless your heart.
What keeps you up at night? About 3. That hot flash comes rolling through. I kick off the cover. I mean, for real. But Antoinette, I love my sleep too. So I am a daughter of a thoroughbred horse trainer, and he got up out of bed and rolled out at 5:30 in the morning every day. And so we had to roll out early in my family. So I'm used to getting up with the sun, and it's my best time too. And by 9, so we better wrap this up on time because I'm gonna be getting sleepy at 9.
I don't want to say anything.
Oh my God.
But yeah, I mean, but in all seriousness, because that's pretty much under control. Because I will tell you that I am working on a series for better health for women, and we're talking about topics like menopause and hair loss and weight loss. Marquita, you know how we roll. And one of the things I really did for myself was I did get compounded hormones. It really worked for me, and so I did that for myself. And we had a really well-noted OBGYN called Dr. Jessica Shepard. And if you haven't heard of her, she's amazing and a great speaker. And I said, Dr. Shepard, I actually got compounded hormones. She was very proud of you because that's important. So for me, I've done that to help with my overall health and better sleep and the hot flashes. So they haven't been that bad. And, I did say I'm just about 60, so it's been a while. But I just wanted to say one thing about ageism, Marquita, because it's an interesting concept. And I know obviously a bit about your background, but I'm at a place now where, looking at different opportunities because one door may close. And it's very interesting, the concept of trying to go put yourself back out there.
Sure.
And if you don't have a personal connection and what that looks like.
And that's the only way in for the most part. Very personal connection. Right.
Yeah. Yeah. It's an interesting place to be on my end of the spectrum, ladies, just because I'm not, I'm not quite at retirement age, and I do want to have some things and contribute. And yes, one day, Carol, I'm going for my 60th birthday to Paris, so I'm going to get there. Yeah, I'm going back. I went there many years ago as a young girl. I haven't been back in a long time, so that I'm doing for me. So, trying to find that bliss. But yeah, hot flashes. Those are real.
I just like to inject one thing for you, Jeannie. Stick that leg out the bed.
Yeah.
Stop it. Isn't that amazing?
It works. Oh,
it works.
America. It works. Yeah. Put it out there. I'm telling you. And sleep with less clothes on.
So
butt naked, butt naked. Oh,
who's,
just
who's,
No,
who's,
I didn't say butt naked.
I
Now,
know, I'm
who's
just
on
saying.
our broadcast? Because I'm right there.
Well,
I got you.
let me
I'm
say it
already.
like
I
this.
kick off the covers and I.
Now,
Okay, we can
see,
talk about it. Well, yeah, I'm
Yeah.
telling
see, I
you.
like that, Antoinette, because my husband, I think he gets the hot flashes at night. but either way, every night that one of the left leg mostly is from under the cover, hanging over the bed, and I've been doing that for years. I just don't want to be confined like that,
No, it works.
Yeah.
It really does. It works.
But yeah, but he's the one who gets the hot flashes and kicking off all the cut. I'm like, oh my God, are you going through Are you going through the menopause? It's like, oh my God.
Well, that may be another
Oh.
show, but I think men have menstrual cycles. I really do. That's another
They
show.
at least have the symptoms of it.
Yes. Okay,
But-
that's better said.
But
Okay.
you know what? I mean, the whole menopause thing, it's like when I was going through it full throttle, I became a different person. I seriously did. And I later apologized to my husband because it was like I was Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. And I didn't really know, a lot what was going on.
Yeah.
Damn, how old am I? Was information not around? But that's one of the reasons I started Ageless Glamour Girls too. It's like, yeah, we got to talk about this. Plus, I mean, I need a mascara that's going to stay on through these hot flashes. So, but anyway, all right, Miss Carol.
I would say based on, I guess I have to reflect that based on my age. I think the thing that keeps me up at night is staying independent. Being able to navigate life on my own, not relying on,
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Carol. Not relying on.
not relying on my children, not being a burden to my children, being able to make my own decisions financially, life changing, just being able to stand there because I think the thing that actually will cause most our demise is inability to be able to stand on our own 2 feet, being able to make those decisions that we have already always made for our lives, being able to just to do those things that we want to do it the way we want to do it. And that's a hard thing sometimes to give up and to keep you up at night is that can I still do it at my age? Can I still make those mental decisions and they're right for me? I'm not saying they're going to be right for my children. I'm not saying it's going to be right for my neighbor or my partner or whomever, right? But just having that ability to think things through and make the best decision for myself, right or wrong, but it is for me, the best decision for me. And having that clarity that I can do that and feel confident in making those decisions. So I think that's the thing that actually keeps me up at night. Just when I wake up in the morning, I am so thrilled to open my eyes up and to look in that room and see my things and being in my bed, being in my house is so rewarding, ladies, that you're not laying up in a nursing home. You're not getting else there to do whatever they have to do because it is not a fun place to be. It is not where you want to be. And so that is the reason why I'm a little crazy at going to exercise sometimes twice a day, doing step aerobics. I still do step aerobics, by the way, Jean.
Wow.
And doing that and playing pickleball. So those are the things that I work hard to do. Nobody ever going to tell you they go to gym and had a ball. They're going to they go to the gym, they regret going to gym, but they get up and they push it through. So that's what
And you just touched on something. The whole nursing home thing. It's getting worse by the day, because we have a record number of people turning, aging. And everybody wants to age in place, but even that is getting pricey, and everybody can't age in place. And then, there's shortages across the country. speaking of hot flashes, there's shortages across the country of, of nursing homes, of caregivers. They're waitless now of some nursing homes and even assisted living places. Yeah, it's getting trickier and trickier. And so, yeah, if you're what a blessing to wake up to your home, and and every morning when I get up and I'm like, thank you, God, I can still walk, I can still talk, I have my mind, and thank you, Jesus. And speaking of caregiving, I want to bring in my sister, Marcia. Hi, Marcia. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for joining
Hi
us.
guys, I've been watching you guys. I'm loving it.
Oh, thank you. Yeah,
Yes,
Marcia.
I turned 64 this year. So I have to say I'm physically feeling some parts of it, but I feel like I'm trying to stay as positive and faithful in that everything is going to be okay.
That's right.
And so, yes, I am happy to be here.
And there's Mom's picture. You're in the dining room. Oh my God, Marcia.
I am.
Marcia, we were just talking about caregiving and stuff, and there are three of us. Marcia.
There she is.
Yes, yes, yes. Marcia is the middle. I'm the middle child. Marcia's older, and so you have an idea how old I am. I mean, I'm the middle child. Marcia is younger, and I'm older, right? And so there were three of us. And so when my mother fell and had to have brain surgery and all that, and they told us she would never walk again, she would never talk again, and all this, we knew better. We didn't even cry. It's like, yeah, whatever. She lived in rehab for 3 months, had 3 different modalities of therapy a day. And she lived with my sister and her husband, and my brother and I would go travel there and visit there. And, and I thank God, it's like she had us, you know what I'm saying? And up until like a month or two before she left this world, she, we were taking care of her, especially my sister and her family there, at their home. And I have 2 wonderful stepchildren, but I don't have any biological children. And I'm always like, oh, who's going to take care of me? You think about that when you don't have children. I mean, I know Jeannie, you and I have talked about that. And it's like, but then like my mother told me years ago when we were putting my grandmother in a nursing home, she's like, I said, oh my God, I got to have kids. Because when you have visitors in a nursing home, they treat you better. And I remember she's like, just because you have children doesn't mean they're going to look back at you, And so I say all that to say, Marcia, nowadays, there's a lot of talk and a lot of processes for caregiving for the caregivers. You know what I'm saying? Self-care for the caregivers. And so I'm going to have a lady on in a few weeks about that. She had 3 people in her life she was caring for. But yeah, that's one of those things that keeps me up at night, and to think about that. And let's see what else. I have a few more things I wanted to cover. And this might go along with what we were talking about with the caregiving and the nursing homes and stuff. What is society getting right or wrong about this aging population and how they're going to take care of us? It's getting trickier and trickier, and there are a ton of us out there, And I'm not gonna front anybody, to call on anybody. If somebody wants to just say it out loud, it's up to you.
Well, I must say I have one child, and he's a boy, and boys are different. My son, he'd be 35 this year, but he does not like to talk about anything that has to do with separation from his mother, whether it be death or what. He just don't want to talk about it. We try to talk about what you gonna do with this when something happened. He said, "I'll worry about it when it happens." Right. I experienced with the new thing that I'm doing. I went to assisted living, like you were saying. So I was trying to sell wellness products, and so this lady, I didn't know she's planning on. She said, "You got something that will get rid of my son?" I got that, like, I didn't hear that. She said, "He doesn't come see me. He's just waiting for the policy." That's a lot. These I'll say children, they do not care about their loved ones, however it goes. And this one lady, she left her stuff to her cat.
And I hear stories like that
before she did. So everything went to the state. But guess what? The child came up there to the place demanding that he was possession of her things, but she got him real good, didn't she? The cat, you know. So that's sad. It's really really sad that that's going on. That they are so disconnected with their loved ones on that level. They don't want to be bothered. They're a burden, and half of these places don't treat them right. We all know that. But you know, I don't know the answer. I just tell my son that when I get to the point that I'm disabled, I'll come to California. But right now, I can eat, I can bathe myself, I can, you know. I'm gonna be like Carol. I'm gonna be 81 running around, hitting the bars.
And of course, we know, as we know, not all kids are the same, you know, but you do hear stories. When I go visit my mom's cousin, who's I think 95, when I go home and I go visit her, her roommate, it's like she lights up when we come in there because, and she has kids, she has grandkids, but they don't, you know. And so when her birthday rolls around, I'm like, okay, I'm going to send her something. You know, you just embrace and love people whenever and wherever you can, whenever you have that opportunity. And you know, it gets kind of tricky, and use that word tricky, but yeah. And you know, there, you know, the younger generation, they catch a lot of heat about a lot of things, and you know, they're always saying that we were privileged, and you know, because we had, you know, the pensions, and we would stay on jobs forever, and they don't have it like that. Everybody's trying to find their way. You know, everybody's trying to find their way and do the best they can. And that's what, and that's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to keep moving through this. But yeah, the whole caregiving thing, and who's going to care for me, that's what keeps me up sometimes at night. And
it's difficult. Marquita shared, I don't have a biological child either. My husband does have a daughter, and we just found out she's going to have a baby. So, I'm be a grandma by default. No, by a blessing. And so that's a whole new chapter of my life that I never thought I would have, because I tried very hard and it was not God's plan for me. And along my fertility journey many years ago, someone said to me, well, a child's not going to get you into heaven, Jeannie. So just, you know, it is your journey and that's what it's supposed to be. But I mentioned that I come from a very, very big family, and I'm the youngest of 6, and I have, you know, 19 nieces and nephews and 10 grand nieces and nephews. So I too think about that. I'm like, which one of these beautiful girls are going to help me because my parents lived to their 90s and were able to age at home. So, you know, we don't know what we don't know, but Marquita, we're going to have to trust that there will be those that will take care of us, and we'll do the best we can, and the great examples that we see here today. So, but it is concerning. And if I would say what society gets right or wrong, we would be here a long, long time, because unfortunately, based in my business, I've written a lot of stories and interviewed a lot of great people. And everybody has a different opinion. And there are some things that are really great, and there's some things that are really broken. And so we have to find peace with where we are and just be part of the solution, not the problem.
Like that. Yeah, that's
true. And you mentioned, Jeannie, about, I didn't know that you had issues too, you know, with conceiving, you know. Because when I was little, I didn't care about the career, I didn't care about the husband or the house. All I wanted was a baby, a little girl. I mean, I lived for it, but it just didn't work out. Then when I got married, my husband and I tried, you know, we did the artificial insemination, and still nothing. So now over the years, you know, he'll tell me, because I have one niece, one nephew, and a great niece. And over the years, Jerry will say, you know, I'll say, oh, I'm going to put this one in. I want her to learn Mandarin, and I want this one to learn Spanish, and I want this one in so many. He always says, he's like, he'll pull my coat on, baby, those aren't your kids. Those aren't your kids. But I feel like they're my kids, and so I treat them really well.
I think they're your kids.
What'd you say?
I think my daughter is your kid as well, because there's so many days that I look at her and I think, oh my God, are you Lynn's child? You know, and she mentions that too. She says, I think I'm more like Aunt Lynn than I am you, Mom, because I adopted my daughter. And it is just amazing how much they can sort of pick up. You wonder if it's nature or nurture, You know, well, I'm definitely on the side of nurture as an adopted parent because it is definitely that. But to me, what's happening in the world and the hatefulness, and I had this conversation with
no politics. Sorry.
no, but I'm talking
I'm
about,
sorry.
you know, my middle schoolers are coming into class with questions. And I always tell them that we just have to move from love. Just
Food with
move
love.
from
I
love.
like that.
And find somebody you may not love and walk them across the street. You know, walk an older person across the street. Help somebody at home, your grandmother, help them do something like wash clothes or clean the bathroom or things like that. I think we need to get more into that and we'll pay more attention to our senior citizens because they are just kind of like I will be taking my orchestra students to a nursing home because they are just sitting there and they would love to have entertainment. So that's one of the things, those are special projects that we can do. So
I love that. Yeah. Yeah. And that brings me to our next thing that someone had mentioned earlier. It's like with all of this in the world and everything, where do you find your joy? What brings you joy on a
Well,
daily basis? Anybody can jump in. Go first. Yeah.
joy is an internal thing. Happiness is a material thing. So when you say what brings you joy, that joy has to be there. Okay, it is not buying something from the store because it's temporary. And I think, as I mentioned before, this is the wonderful part about being my age is that you have a true understanding that what brings you joy, what makes you happy internally, and there is that inner peace that you get as you understand yourself. You can understand yourself, then joy is automatic. It is not a thing that somebody brings to you. It is internal and it's implanted as you go through life. Now, there's a lot of things out there that can make you happy, make you very, mad, or make you irate. I mean, you can use all of those different adjectives if you want, but you first have to understand the difference between joy and happiness. Okay, and I think once you grab a hold of that, you're all right. As you guys can tell before the broadcast, I'm kind of like bubbly all over. But
Beautiful girl. Oh, it was, yeah.
but it's understanding yourself. That's what brings you joy. You know. And can I regress just a minute on your prior question? And you say, what has society gotten wrong as far as seniors? Technology.
What'd you say?
Society has done a very poor job when it comes to technology.
Oh, I'm sorry, you fell out just a little bit. What's doing a horrible job at technology?
I said I would like to regress a little bit on your prior questions, like what has
Yes.
wrong, and I think what they have really got wrong, and they really, really need to fix it as fast as they can, is having elders and understanding technology.
Okay.
Sort of blocked the wall on that and just left them out there to try to figure everything out. And now they have turned around, and this is the passion for me. Now they have turned around and says, we don't want your cash. So if you can't deal with it on your phone, if you can't deal with it on some kind of app, if you can't do this, and a lot of the seniors cannot deal with that.
That is.
They regress. They go back and sit on the couch. They don't become a part of society, and it is aging us. It is, and now we're sitting somewhere depressed. They have gotten that wrong.
Right. That is so true, because just like a lot of the when I'm going to politics, a lot of the Social Security offices are closing and stuff, and then that means you have to do a lot of stuff online. A lot of senior citizens cannot do that online. Right. And then plus for me, it's the human connection. to go to an office, to pick up a phone and talk to somebody. So yes, you're hitting something right now. And on a sidebar to that, I think next week or the week after, I'm having an AI specialist come on and talk about basic stuff that you can do to stay relevant. You know what I'm saying? But overall, the AI thing, I mean, overall the technology, yeah, that's a huge problem. Huge problem.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Anyone else about AI or technology or finding your joy? But thank you for that, Carol.
Oh, you're good.
You know, Carol is gonna be my best friend. I already figured it out.
Oh, she's gonna be my best friend.
I'm gonna go to the bar with her. And just piggybacking off of her, I just love what you said. Joy is internal.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm the woman in the mirror, and I started that for a personal reason. But what I found out, your joy exuberates outward, inward, outward, right? So what I'm seeing is that people, would often ask, is your smile real? Or you? And I just tell them that when I get up every morning, my objective is to be happy. Now, when I leave this house, which I don't leave the house anymore, I'm here. But when I used to go out in corporate America and I leave my house, whatever happens after I leave here, it's on me. Because I don't let somebody take what I built up that morning from me. So you just got to invest in that. You got to just, people like, I don't know what you're all happy about. Well, I'm like, why are you? I mean, you have food on the table, you this and that, and the other. But I guess, Carol, you probably can agree with this. I just don't feed energy into negativity. That's that's the key thing there, because before you realize it, that negativity affects you. It really affects you whether you want or not. So now I'm not saying everything is perfect and all that. I'm not saying that, but you have to really move yourself to the direction of positivity in your life. People, of course, we know people can be disappointing, but that's where you got to come back to you. I just fight for my peace now. Nobody, and I'm not moved or shaken by that, because I'm investing. I get up at 5 o'clock for a reason. Yeah.
So it's almost your bedtime too, like Jeannie's.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would just say that all of what you've said is so true. And I have a strong faith too that my parents instilled in me. And that plays a part of it. And Marquita's known me a long time. And I do try to be joyful and all of that. But on a completely physical level, if I wake up in the morning and one of my roses has bloomed, and it's early in the morning too, like you, Antoinette, and I look at that beautiful blossom and it has a little bit of a scent, and I just think, well, that's something beautiful in the world. My dad grew roses. It reminds me of him. It connects me to him. He always had roses going around the barn. And so it's internal, but that is an outward extension too, that brings me back to my parents' childhood memories, and to see just a beautiful blossom open up, and then it withers away, right? And it goes away, and that's part of the life cycle. And then I looked out there and it's starting to rebloom a little bit, and I'll prune them. And so it's cyclical, but that is a physical manifestation of what brings me joy, because it has to start internally, but there has to be some tangibles, true happiness.
Definitely. I agree.
I love that. Yeah. It's the little things. Anyone else on finding joy? Okay. All right. You guys have just lifted my spirit. It's lifted my soul so much, and as well as the people who are out there watching. J Dodge Entertainment, great discussion. We know who that is. And then Phyllis recommended a book, Caring Well by Jeannie Peter King. I'm gonna have to check out that book. Thank you so much for that, Phyllis. And yeah. So my husband is in the comments there, because I told him go. So he went to the sports bar, and I said, I don't care. You better tune in.
Do your job, Jerry. Do your job.
That's right. Oh my God. This has been so good. Anybody else have anything else they want to contribute that we didn't cover? And
I have one thing to add, two things to add really quickly. Regarding technology and trying to find a place that can give you the information you need,
Mhm.
Um, some people don't know that school districts offer very cheap classes on things like that.
Mm.
So they will have a building that you go to, and they provide professional development, but they also offer special classes for the community. And so
Mhm.
there's an opportunity to go in, take a class, and it's very cheap usually. And I'm talking like $50, and you
Mm.
might have multiple classes, and it's a good way to learn about the latest technology because they have it built into the system already. So I would check universities, and I would check local school districts about that.
And libraries have great
Yes,
classes too.
absolutely.
Your
Yes.
local
Yep.
library has,
That is an excellent suggestion. Thank you so much. I'm gonna do some research on that because I was talking to one of my co-authors, Cheryl, in Atlanta, and she is going back to school for a master's in African American studies. And I said, "Oh, what are you going to do with that?" And she's like, and she's in our field, Jeannie News, and she's like, "Oh, nothing. I just want to learn more about it." And she says, "I
Mm.
don't have to pay for it." And I forget what it's one of the state schools. I don't know how many state schools there are in Georgia, but she says people over, I think she's at the age of 62 or 65 or something, you get either, some states will offer let you come back for free, and for a couple of classes, and some charge really, really minimal. She says the only thing is you can't register for your classes until after the paying customers have done their classes. But I am
Wow.
going to look at that. Thank you so much, Marcia and Jeannie, for that, because dang, that's a great idea. Some classes, and especially if they're discounted or free, which is better, just keep learning. And here again, that's something else that will help stave off dementia. And thank God for all the information that's coming out there, right? It's like, eat this, don't eat that, keep it moving, do puzzles or whatever. I just, we just inhale all that information to
Mhm.
extend our lifespan so we can have if we are one of those who are blessed to live. Look at that, Carol, 81. Oh my God.
I'm getting out of here.
That's our goal right there, right? It's like that's our goal. I can't. Oh my God. What about your parents? How long did they live long also? I'm
Uh,
just curious. Your parents, Carol?
you know what? My parents, and you have to keep it in the age category.
Mm.
Uh, you know the reason why 65 is the magical age, right? As far as Social Security, because they didn't think we're going to live to 65, and they're finding out that we're doing a real good job of living longer.
Mhm. Mhm.
So I would say my parents, if they were in my time, probably would have lived longer. But because of the stress that was involved, now keep in mind my age, guys, okay?
That's so true.
Because of
Yes.
the stress that was involved
Right.
and the things they had to endure,
Mhm.
just being with the family.
Mhm.
And so I would say their life was shortened.
Mhm.
So
That is so true. So true.
immensely. And I
Mhm.
would, one of the things I would also like to share with you
Mhm.
guys is when you get in a certain age, you have a better understanding of stress.
Mm.
Stress is one of those words that people talk about,
Mhm.
but you don't really know when you have stress. You
Mhm.
don't understand it. You don't feel it.
Silent
Nobody can
killer.
explain it to you.
Mhm.
So, if there was anything out there, Laquita, that you want to talk about is, and this is just a slight suggestion.
Mhm.
Put something out there to tell us how to identify stress.
How what? I'm
How
sorry.
to identify stress.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
What's
Yeah.
Mhm.
stress? How do you know when you have it?
Mhm. That's a great.
And how to eliminate it.
Mhm.
Um,
Mhm.
and thank God I'm in my 80s that
Mhm.
I have a better understanding of that.
Wow.
I have a better understanding why you wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning because of stress.
That's
Okay.
so true. That's right.
I
That's
have
right.
a better
Mhm.
understanding of why you have the headaches, a better understanding who to put in your life and who to take out of your life because of
Mm,
stress. I
mm,
have a lot of that, but to understand stress will help you live happier
mm,
and bring you joy.
mhm.
So, I think that's the thing that we talk about. Everybody mentioned in conversation. But what is it? What
Wow.
is
Yeah.
the animal calling stress?
That is a great topic. Thank you so much for that because it is a silent killer. If you guys
Oh,
haven't already looked at it, I did a podcast I think last year about broken heart syndrome. And I went in, I do my research, but when I first heard that, I was thinking, okay, if you lose a mate, which is part of it. If you've been married for 50 years, or you lose your sibling or your child or whatever, and that's part of it. But a huge part of it is stress too,
Yes.
broken heart syndrome. And
yeah.
so if you haven't had a chance, go look at that podcast. It was a really good podcast. I interviewed the doctor who's the head of the study. She's at Mount Sinai in LA. But yeah, you don't think about those things. I was running around here today doing stuff, and I kept taking deep breaths because I knew that I was under stress. Because I'm
Yes.
like,
Right.
I knew it, and I knew it, and I'm like, I gotta watch my heart. I gotta do this, and so I just started jumping up and down and just doing some air punches and just doing my thing just to bring me down and to
Right.
relax because it will bite you and you don't even realize it.
You're right.
You don't.
Right. It will age
Until it's too
you as
late.
well. Right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Man, let me tell you, this has been, oh my God, I don't want to end this conversation. It's been such an eye opener. It brought me joy, it made me think, it inspired me, and it entertained me, all of the things. And I just appreciate every one of you women. I totally thank you so much for coming on and sharing all of these wonderful blessings with us. You guys are amazing. And oh my gosh. Any closing thoughts anymore? Anyone? More closing thoughts? Last time, going once, going twice.
Believe it or not, I used to be very quiet, very, very quiet, didn't say a word. Charles can attest to that. But now you can't shut me up, as you can tell.
Okay,
What I
okay.
want to leave with the
Mhm,
audience is, well, we hit on the points that really drives me is my
mhm,
peace, the love of the Lord,
mhm,
and love your children.
mhm,
Because what I'm seeing happening around me, and I'm in Dallas, and it's same Houston and California.
mhm,
What is happening is suicide rate is at an all-time high,
mhm,
and a
mhm,
lot of it is because they don't have a purpose in their
mm,
lives. They,
mhm,
we can be harsh on building them up or building them down,
mhm,
and
mhm.
we've lost that. We don't motivate them to be all that they can be because they're not being what you want them to be. Let them be what they want to be.
Yeah,
Support
right.
support them. So I just want to
Mhm,
leave with the
mhm,
parents. Invest in your children because they're gonna invest in you.
mhm. And the
Uh,
grandchildren, invest in the
exactly.
grandchildren,
It's
right?
just it's a relationship.
It is.
So
Mhm, mhm,
forget about what the world doing. We know the world's kind of going in a, as my mom
mhm,
would say, hell
mhm.
in a handbasket or something
Basket.
like that.
Mhm.
But if we individually take responsibility, I think we can make a difference. So I'm gonna
That
leave that.
that is so true. What is that phrase? Touch one. It
Oh,
just
teach
takes
one,
one.
yeah.
Yeah, it just
Teach
takes
one, teach
one
one, yeah.
person, and
Hmm.
I try to do that when I meet
Yes,
some young people, and I'm like I try to uplift them, and I hope and pray that they don't look at me as the ageless auntie. The ageless auntie.
that's okay. That's okay. That's
Oh
okay.
my gosh. Yeah, that's a badge of honor, an ageless auntie. But thank you. Yeah, you're right. We have to look after them
We
because
do.
there are so many of them, they don't have direction, and
Yes.
sometimes too,
Yes.
it helps coming from other people besides the parents or the grandparents.
Yes. Yes. It
And,
helps.
and so that's why every chance I get, I'm like, hey. And so, yeah. So, okay. I'm going to talk
One
like
thing.
you. Here I go. I'm
I
going
have
to close
one
it out
thing.
for real this time. But thank you again. Oh,
That's
Marcia, you have something
Okay,
else?
one more thing that piggybacks on Antoinette,
Mhm.
and that is take care. We need to teach all of us, even, but mostly the children, how to handle our emotions. I think if
Yes.
we can handle our emotions, then we're not going to see as many of those types of ugly responses that we see
That is
sometimes.
so true.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So, I mean, and that keeps us at peace if we can handle it. I mean, just quick example, I had 2 teachers this week, because something didn't go perfectly the way they wanted it. They let us know. And it was not very, and I'm fine with letting me know, but it's the way you come to let me know.
Yes.
And
Yes.
so, I can tell when somebody is really stressed out, but they're moving strictly from their emotions. So if we can
Mm.
learn to control that, and
Mhm.
like you were saying, you got to make your peace the most important thing
Right.
of the day.
It's an
I love it.
investment.
That gets you through. And for me, it's faith as well.
Oh yeah. Oh
I'm
Mm.
yeah.
I'm I'm playing Kurt Franklin, moving from one school to the next every day. I'm like, okay, as soon as I get in the car, turn on my Kurt Franklin. You're the reason why I sing. That is my song all the way through from one school to the next.
Love
Oh,
it.
I
So
love
that
I
piece
love it.
is
that
important.
peace. So that's right. Finding your joy and your peace.
Yeah.
Yes.
And just keep spreading kindness, because you never know, especially with the mental illness, like we kind of touched on that.
Yeah.
You don't know what's on somebody's mind. You don't know. And so you just have to be aware of everything, and just,
Mhm.
as my mother used to say when I was like, you remember Marsha, mama said, kill them with kindness. It's like, kill them
Yeah.
with kindness. You just have to do that. You have to white, tiptoe through the tulips for real, because you never
Yeah.
know what's going
What's
on
going
in
on?
that
That's
part of the
true.
mind. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
true.
All right, this has been wonderful. Oh, and look at that. We have,
It
yeah.
was a joy meeting all of you ladies.
Likewise.
Carol, I'm coming, Carol. I'm coming.
It was so enlightening and to be able to share so
Totally.
many wonderful things. And thank you for having me on your program. And I truly enjoyed this evening. It
I
was
oh
spectacular.
my God, I'm so glad I kept sweating her. And like I said, I had to slide into her DM. You know, I had no idea she was 81. I just loved her vibe. You know, I had
Yeah.
to get her show. I had
Thank
to get
you.
her show.
Thank you.
Oh my
Thank
God.
you.
Thank you.
Persistence pays, Marquita. Persistence
Now,
pays. We
wait,
know in that journalism, if you don't ask, you don't receive.
that
You
girl. That's what I try to tell
beg for
people. Your
forgiveness.
feelings might get hurt, but you know what? You got to ask. You have
Yes,
to ask.
that's right.
And
Thank you
speaking of
so much,
asking,
ladies.
my
And
publishing partner, Jermaine, is going to get me if I don't, ask.
oh yes, there's the
Uh,
book.
this is our Amazon best-selling book, Ageless Glamour Girls: Reflections on Aging. It came out in December of 2023. Yeah. And there were 12 of us, 14 of us, including my girlfriend, Pat Battle, who wrote the foreword, and she ended up writing her own chapter about the ageless women who influenced her, which is a beautiful thing. Our book is on Amazon. Ageless Glamour Girls: Reflections on Aging. And the good news is we're working on a second volume, volume 2. Woohoo!
Oh, wow.
So it's coming out in March to coincide with Women's History Month. So we have a few slots open. So if anyone wants to write their chapter, and the women said they were looking forward to being in the book, because now when the grandkids come over, they can pick up the book and say, "Oh, grandma wrote a book." And then the pictures in the book, and all of the
Wow.
your social media, your bio, all of that. And we had so much fun. We did some some media events, and we went live on Facebook and everything, and we read from our chapters. It was a good time. And so now I'm ready to have a good time with the next set of co-authors. And here again, it's all about uplifting, just like this. I love talking
Right.
age with aging. I call it the Ageless ChatFest. And so this is what we did today, and here it is in a book. So if anyone's interested in being one of the co-authors, email us at info@agelessglamourgirls.com. That's info@agelessglamourgirls.com. And by the way, that's the same email address if you want to be a guest on the show. We would love to have you. We love hearing different voices, and it's just fun. It's fun, and we go deep, as you guys can see, and we learn from each other. And oh my God, so much inspiration, so much
Yeah.
inspiration. So with that said, oh my God, I love you ladies. And I'm going to convert
I have
this
to go to bed, Marquita. Marquita,
I'm going to convert this to a
if we were
podcast.
live,
I'm
we're done for the day.
podcast.
We'd
I
be
know,
in
look at
black.
Jeannie. She's getting
They'd
sleepy.
be like, I'm
So-
sorry, you went
so,
over your time.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Here's to healthy aging and joyful living. We'll reconnect again real soon. Mwah. Love you guys.
Thank you.